Kicking for three with Cam Charles.
All right, hey, stop!
Steps back, 2 over, take a deep breath.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Jeez, $4 a liter would be holy fuck.
That's
Be your
like
whole check to fill your car.
I would love though all those assholes in trucks. Oh,
I love when one time I was sitting behind a truck. You could tell he filled it. It was like $118 filled mine. 61. Fuck you.
Yep. Okay, is this immoral? One thing I do is I'll always go to the pumps that has a diesel.
No, that's fair. You can fuck
I just always choose that one. But I guess we're starting the podcast. Welcome back to Kicking for Three. How's
been a
it going,
minute.
Cam? It's been a long time.
It's been a minute. Been a sad, sad minute.
Yes,
it's not been good.
No,
So,
not for you. Yes.
Season is over. Your Cowboys had some light at the end of that tunnel at the end of this year. It was some okay things. Now, we're going to go with you first, obviously. Whole season,
Start
everything.
with that, eh?
Yep, you have to. Start from the beginning all the way to the end. How are you feeling?
I came into the season.
2024 season's over.
It's over. It's done with. I'm basically all my. I have nothing going for me now at the playoffs. I have nothing to. I'm still. Maybe at the end of this episode, I'll decide who I want to cheer for. But yeah, I came into the season with hopes, but reservations at the same time. And all those reservations were what came true, and all those hopes were beautifully and systematically crushed by one ugly-ass billionaire who thinks he's an actor. This season was such a waste. I am so disgusted with the way that the organization ran the offseason last year, allowing the Eagles to once again become another great team. They had one of the best signings with Saquon. They basically did nothing to defend a division that was getting better while they were looking worse. And
look at even Washington. They used to be the only one that's not competitive in there is the Giants now.
Exactly, and the Giants haven't been competitive for what? Since Eli? So
yeah,
it's and Eli at the end was terrible.
Daniel Jones won a playoff game, but that was only one game.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's weird. Was that 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So 2020 I guess was the last time they're even somewhat relevant. But this season was just a joke. It was devastating. It was hard to watch. It just was like it was kind of like you probably have it when you're more fearful on Sunday and not as excited to see your boys show up. And we lost basically. I don't like to say rank because I'm very at the right now. I'm basically done with Dak. To me, I think it was a terrible decision to sign him this long. I think it's going to age terribly. And hey, this is he's someone that cannot protect, that can't stay healthy. And that's kind of not his problem, but it's a problem with him. And we're stuck every year when he gets out. We're stuck. Even though Cooper rushed, he did put in a lot of good numbers and he did actually put in a lot of performance for what he had. But to me, it just shows that Dak,
he's the best backup in the league.
Oh,
I wouldn't call
reliable.
Justin Fields a backup. That's a weird situation. No. I'll get into that.
That's like a tandem.
Yeah.
But no, so for us, just completely disappointing. This year, actually, this will be my last thing I want to say, is you got me Madden 25. Of course, this is for Christmas. I know, of course, it's a very abusive relationship between me and Madden. That's
why he wouldn't have bought it, and I love playing Madden with him, so I had to buy it for him to get his ass on the game. He had college, but college just...
Yeah. But I went with my first franchise mode. I went as a Cowboys. I like to actually usually go with teams that need something to boost them. Like usually I'll go Jaguar or Lion.
Like for example, like say if your team loses the playoffs, you go play the team, and then you go kick the shit out of the team that bet your team.
So I was okay, I guess I'm gonna go Dallas because I was like, I actually want to rebuild this team. Instantly start the season, traded off Dak for Burrow. Did lose a first round pick for it. But it was, to me, completely worth it. Burrow went 15-2, broke the season pass record, broke the TD pass record. He ran more than Lamar And we beat the Chiefs. We beat the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. We beat the Chiefs. I wish that's what I had. I wish that's what I had this year, but all we had was garbage.
Did the Steelers make it in that?
I think I made it to the first round.
Typical. So, now I guess it's to me. This has been a season that I'm definitely going to remember for the rest of my life. It has been a very weird season. So, off-season hit. Last season ended. Got blown out in Buffalo playoff game. Cool. Saw that happen. Wasn't even pissed. Swear to God. Was not pissed at all. Knew it was coming.
Yeah, you handled it really well.
Yeah, I didn't care. Because honestly, they shouldn't have even made it last year. But Kenny Pickett, gone. Mitch Trubisky, gone. Mason Rudolph, gone. Steelers don't have a quarterback, and we're sitting here early spring. I have no idea what's going on. I thought we were actually going to draft one. We signed Russell Wilson. Very, very... Actually, let me backtrack a bit. There was rumors about Steelers wanting Fields or Wilson, and I really wanted Wilson. I did not want Fields at all. I did not want him at all. So, yeah, you wanted him on
Dallas. It would have been interesting if we actually did sign him.
So, Steelers signed Russ. I'm like, holy shit, we got a quarterback. I know he sucked in Denver. Optimistic. Cool. 2 days later, they signed Justin Fields. Now I am insanely confused. I have no idea what's going on with this team. Yada, yada, yada. So, preseason rolls around. Wilson's hurt. Hasn't played yet. Fields looks great. Steelers are now in rumor talks with Brandon Ayuk for the next month. I'm not kidding. This close to a trade happened. Kyle Shanahan had to run up to the office, the 49ers front office, and stop the call with Khan, the Steelers GM, to not get Ayuk. Ayuk stays. Season starts. Wilson's still hurt. We get by the first 3 games. First 6 games. We're 4-2 with Fields. It's looking all right. Doing a few checkdowns. Fields is looking good. Cowboys, we lose to the Cowboys. So then Russell Wilson starts. He starts against the New York Jets. And you were watching this with me. Remember how bad he looked at the start? I was like, holy shit, this is not good at all. The fans were booing him, everything. Steelers end up scoring 36 points that game. Russell Wilson looked fucking unreal. Steelers went ahead to go to 10-3. Everything's looking fantastic. We are rolling on all cylinders. One of the highest scoring offenses, one of the toughest defenses, and the best kicker in the league. We walk into, guess where?
What?
Cleveland. We walk into Cleveland. We lose one. All right, 10-4. Win another. Bengals shootout, 44-38. Win against Cleveland again. Yeah. Win another game again in Cleveland. Then we go against the Eagles. And this is where shit hits the fan. Blowout after blowout after blowout after blowout. 27-13 Eagles, 34-17 Ravens, 29-10 Chiefs, and 19-17 Bengals. Now we are where we are right now. I have no idea what the fuck to think. Zay Flowers isn't playing. They got the Ravens again coming up here this Saturday. I don't think I'll be mad if they lose. I really don't think I'll be mad. Because this is the exact same season as last year, just done the opposite way. The hope in reality is actually at the first instead of just squeezing into the playoffs. Now we're going into the back end of the playoffs, playing basically the biggest game obviously all year because it's the wild card and against the biggest team that they could play, the Baltimore Ravens.
Can I give you my one criticism of Tomlin?
Sure.
You must experience it. Does it feel like deja vu?
Yes, exactly.
Because you guys seem to be. This seems to exactly happen.
This happens all the time.
Yeah, where you guys have
this happens.
Such a great start to a season. And how many seasons would you say there's probably been like 4 or 5 of these? Where you guys have
I'll tell you this. Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. We are now in 2025. Almost 10 years since they won a playoff.
Maybe it's Trump that stopped them.
Maybe. He's back in office. Fuck. But if they do win this game, I will lose my mind, and I know for a fact they will lose by 50 next game, but I need them to win this game. Okay. I need to.
But have you heard? I think there's some conspiracy right now that apparently Baltimore wins a Super Bowl every 12 years.
Really?
Or so I've read, and apparently this is like in line with the 2013.
Is it in line with this
The
year?
2013 win. Apparently, because he's 28, Lamar. The stars are aligned. He's a Sagittarius.
Derrick Henry.
Well, that's what they. Okay, that's a quick note. I fucking can't stand when people just. I don't believe that astrology shit. If you don't believe it, whatever. But I can't stand it when people introduce themselves with their astrology sign. That just means that I was born on a day. That
I
literally
don't
tells
want
me
to talk to you if you do that.
it tells me absolutely nothing. I'm Jarvis. I'm a Sagittarius, or I'm a Moon Star. They have like these like weird kind of things, caveats before it. It's literally saying that's my birth. I could just say I'm Jordan Jarvis, February 11, 2003.
It's like I'm Cameron. I'm a Leo. No one gives a fuck.
I don't know. I can't stand that shit. But the stars are aligned for the Ravens. Everyone's saying this is the year Lamar MV3. What do you think about that?
It either should be Josh Allen or Barkley, easily.
Or Barkley?
Saquon.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was thinking of what's in the basketball player, Barkley. But no, Barkley. I think I always find it so impressive when it's not a QB that gets it, because I think it just like it's made that award is completely made for a QB. So I to me I would be actually in support if he got it. I think it'd be impressive.
Sure.
He did show an absolute combine this year. He was like easily such a probably the most beneficial thing that any offense added in the offseason by far. Mm-hmm. And now he's playing for a top team. He did get injured a few times in New York, but he was like putting up numbers in New York and then getting stuck with nothing, right?
Oh, exactly. And I find it even you also got to watch David Montgomery's back for the Lions now too, so they're becoming healthy as well. This is going to be a really good playoffs. I'm looking at the bracket right now, and Rams, Vikings, anyone could win that. Washington, Bucks, anyone could win that. Packers, Eagles. I mean, Eagles should take care of that, but that's actually...
I kind of see Washington winning that game for Bucks.
I could see Baker also lighting it up, but I could see it being a shootout and Washington still win it. Yeah. Broncos, Bills. I think Josh Allen will probably smack them.
Yeah.
Steelers, Ravens. Money-wise, gambling-wise, Steelers are a 10-point underdog, but that's the Steelers and Ravens. You honestly never know. And then you got Chargers in Houston. I think I'm most excited for that game. That game is going to be electric. Yeah, I hope so. I want to see. I want to see the Chargers kind of go far. So, out of every team here, who do you think's winning out of the Chargers in Houston?
Chargers.
So you think Chargers are going to KC?
I think so. They definitely. We'll go into that next week, but I don't think. Or do you want to do? I guess we can do the full.
Yeah.
Do you want to do our full prediction to the end? Because I know you said you want to, because you're just gonna have.
It's hard for me.
You've stuck with the Steelers because you can't go against that. If you go against,
because say if I pick the Steelers, then the whole bracket's fucked. It's destroyed. So you think the Chargers are moving on?
Yeah.
Who do you think?
I think they've been the most. I honestly think he. I got to blank on his name. The coach of the Chargers.
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh. I honestly think he should get Coach of the Year.
No, Tom. No, actually not Tomlin now. Sorry.
If
they would have won at least two of those, it was before the month of December. It was. Fuck. Man, we were talking about Super Bowl then. Jeez. But Steelers, Ravens. Be honest.
I'm going Steelers. I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, you're going Ravens.
I'm sorry. To
Broncos
me, the Steelers just have not been. When it comes this year, and you gotta agree, they've lost against some incredibly bad teams, Cleveland and Cowboys. Those are big upsets.
Don't forget about. Remember when we were in Halifax, the Colts.
The Colts, yep.
They also bet some good teams.
But that was early in the season when you guys are healthier, when you guys are not not traveling a lot. You're not that kind of thing. I think you guys shown in the past 4 weeks when it comes to these big games, these tough games, you haven't been putting in the work. You haven't been showing up, and I kind of see the Ravens taking it.
So Fields is healthy now. I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of QB changes this game. I think this is the game to do it.
Yeah, to keep adjusting.
Imagine Fields and Wilson switching out every play. Do you know how fucking crazy that? Like, no, that'll never happen. Like, that's impossible. Like, you're gonna mess up the rhythm. Yeah, no, that's stupid. But hypothetically, imagine that happening. Though, that'd be crazy. Okay, so you're picking Ravens, Broncos, Bills.
Bills.
Okay, so now who's winning, Ravens or Bills?
That's gonna be a great game. Ooh. Where would that be played at? Would that be played at Buffalo? Oh,
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah. What is that? That's a stupid question. So there could be a weather game.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore is a tough team because they're in like the northern east, so
Yep.
they do know weather. I kind of want to say Buffalo. I kind of want to say.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna be a great game. No, we probably.
Yep.
I can't wait for that game. Cause it's gonna happen. So I'm excited for that game. I definitely gotta watch that game with kids. Honestly, I think.
Invite me.
Buffalo.
Let me come.
You can be my
so
rest.
Chargers, Chiefs. That's an easy one.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Okay, so the
But
Bills,
actually,
Chiefs.
that was a great game. But last
Conference
year,
champion.
in the regular season, they almost beat them by a field,
They
right?
did. Yep.
Literally by an inch. They literally beat them by an inch.
So you got Chargers, Chiefs. No, I mean Chargers, Bills. Not. Oh my God, Chiefs and Bills in the championship for the AFC. Holy, I said anything but. Bills, Chiefs. Who you
Houston
got?
Oilers versus. I think it was Baltimore Colts. I think that was an old team.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question?
Who's going to the bowl in the AFC? The Chiefs or the Bills?
Oh no! Sorry. Okay, that's been like definitely that's been the matchup of this decade. That's. I'm trying to think back. What was the Giant? That was like Giants Patriots.
Well, this is like Denver and Brady.
Yeah.
Peyton and Brady trying to go to the Super Bowl against each other in Denver.
But I don't want to see the Chiefs take it. I'm
going Bills?
I'm going Bills because I think they
right.
also he's shown this year their coach. He's shown a lot of improvement. Like his mistakes have I think cost the game a few years ago, where when he decided to I think just go for a field goal. And stuff like that. He's learning from those mistakes that for playoffs you got to be aggressive. You got to make those risks. Those risks can pay off, but they can cost a lot too.
Yep. All right, so that was the AFC side. You got the Bills in the Super Bowl. Now we're going to move over to the other side of the world, to the NFC. We got Vikings and Rams. Who's
Great
taking
game.
that?
I'm excited for this one. This is me.
Yeah, that's going to be a good
one. I'm kind of more siding on the Vikings side. The Vikings have been really impressive this year.
Yep.
I think Sam Darnold. He's pretty. Like I guess he was a backup for a lot of his playoff experience, but he's definitely been on teams that have had a lot of playoff experience, and that's important. But I guess he's playing a guy who's won a Super Bowl, so there's always that aspect to it. The Rams could light it up on offense.
Yeah, with Puka. Cup.
But I honestly think this is gonna. Hopefully, I imagine this will be a tight game. Probably gonna go down to a field goal.
Yeah, I could see that too. So you got Vikings moving on. Washington versus Bucks.
I'm going Washington. I think they got it. Bucks are inconsistent. I couldn't believe that guy fucking he didn't allow what's the name to get the record. That was such bullshit.
Yeah.
So I want them to lose. So after seeing that shit, I don't really trust this team. I don't know. I know you're big on because you had him in your fantasy team, but
I always liked Baker. I found him hilarious.
Douchebag.
All right, so you got the Commanders moving on. Packers versus Eagles.
I'd love to see the Packers take it, but the fucking Eagles, they look too good.
All right, Washington versus Philly. Division showdown.
I think it's gonna, unless there's any big injuries on the Eagles side or Hurts isn't healthy or something like that. I doubt that. I see the Eagles taking that.
This is going to be a really good game. Lions versus Vikings.
That's gonna be great. That's divisional, right? That's
Yep.
that's a solid one. I definitely see Detroit. Detroit, I think that they're at least going to the NFC final.
Oh,
There's no doubt that, or if they don't, it's
bad.
I don't know. Like, that just could be. But honestly, I think
For
that's par for the course when it comes to Detroit. So.
Oh, exactly.
But for what
Now
all they
you
showed
got-
us this year, they should.
Oh, well, they have everything. They have to win it this year. So now you got in the NFC Championship game, you have the Eagles versus Lions.
Yep, I think I want to see if this happens. I want to see the Lions fucking kill all those stupid Eagles.
Damn,
Take
you got
them
those
out,
Lions.
stab them in the heart. Those greasy, that greasy ass team that we're always stuck with.
You see
talking
those
about.
that Philly fan sucker punch the Maple Leaf fans. At
Yeah,
Philly.
yeah.
Boom, boom, with this. Oh my god!
Just like
I was
that's
kind of
just
glad
fucked.
that the Leaf fans didn't fight back because there's not even they don't even
yeah,
waste
they're
their
just
time
taken
with
off guard. Like, dude, like that's the thing. It is kind of, there is sports fans. It's not just Philly, but it just seems like the Philly breeds that kind of person where it's like, and I've ever seen there's tons of hockey fan fight videos, and they're always were centered around Philly. They're always in
Yep.
Philadelphia.
And even like I've seen like Eagles like
Oh,
Philadelphia Philly fights are crazy at the baseball field.
They rioted when they won a Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
these fuckers don't deserve anything. They don't deserve a good team. They don't deserve any Super Bowls.
I'll
or
never
accolades.
The
The only good thing to
visit
come out of
Philly.
it is Always Sunny. That's the only thing that's good that been ever made in Philadelphia. So I hope
Good
the
state,
Lions
though.
absolutely
Pennsylvania.
kill them. Kill
They
'em.
probably will. So you got Lions and oh my
Sorry,
god,
my leg's going
Jesus
away.
Christ, Lions and Bills.
Lions and Bills.
That'll be a good game.
Lions
That'd
and
be one
Bills.
hell of a game. Oh boy,
Bills
this
did
is
beat
gonna
the
be tough.
Bills did look a lot better in the game that they played in the regular season, and Detroit was just playing catch up the entire time.
that game was kind of weird. That was
Yeah,
a really weird game.
it was almost like a Madden game where you like had like you screwed up two possessions, and now you're just stuck like
Oh man,
just like a mile or just a short mile away. But I kind of, that would be a great Super Bowl too, because that's going to be a Super Bowl where it'll be first time winners, right? Obviously, it'd
Yeah.
be for the Bills. It'd be to break the curse of like the not being to 4 Super Bowls and not winning.
fucking O.J. Simpson was on that team.
Yeah, Lions. It'll be just the franchise for all the
I give it
mediocrity
Stafford
that
didn't win one
they've
with them.
bred over the years. So I think it'll be like important. It'll be a great game. Like that'll be. I'm really hoping for that because that'll just be two teams that really, really want it. It's not gonna be the Chiefs and. I don't know,
Like an
the
Eagles.
Chiefs and
I
the
don't
Eagles.
want
I
that.
don't want a
I don't want
rematch
that
of that. That
We
was
watched
kind of a
that
boring
already.
Super Bowl.
So Russell Wilson's stats this year. Do you want to hear them? Remember, he missed 4 games, so completion percentage is 63.7. What do you think of that?
That's kind
Yards,
That's again the almost dangerous
2,482.
one. Yeah, but for the amount of games he played, not awful.
16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. 95.9 QB rating. Why do people hate this guy so much? It's not even terrible. That's not even terrible. Even last year in Denver, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Like, yes, he does have one issue. He holds the ball too long and he gets sacked, but, like, come on. Like, what was his best game? Best game against the Bengals, 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception.
But people want to see him lose. I want to see him lose.
You hate Wilson, don't you?
Yeah. But the only thing I'm jealous. It is a really good deal for you guys for the amount
we
of
did
risk that you guys
awesome.
put into him was absolutely nothing. That was the thing.
Yeah,
It's like
awesome.
with the Broncos, it was embarrassing for how much he was getting paid. But
I do like Bo Nix, though.
Yeah,
He
you
is
know,
fun to watch.
he's definitely.
That's what
Would you say
Sean
him?
Payton needed. He needed a quarterback like Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's not like that.
Would you say him or Daniels for best QB rookie?
Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels, yeah. He's been really good. He's
Yeah.
been like
And he's
Bo Nix
showed up
Bo Nix
early.
had a slow start. Yeah,
Yeah, like-
Bo Nix had a really slow start.
Daniels by like 2 or 3 was looking.
By week
really-
1, I think he threw 3 touchdowns as a season opener.
I'm glad I picked
My
him up.
uncle's a massive Commanders fan. It's actually crazy to actually see him be happy for once in his life with football. Because every time since we were born, the Redskins / football team / Commanders sucked.
Don't even mention the football team.
Well, do you see? It's kind of off topic. This is about them. EA Sports added they posted a thing like, oh, we're adding a bunch of new plays to Madden. It's showing what real NFL teams plays that they use, so they're adding it into the game that they use this year. And they're showing Commanders, but they have the Washington football team logo on it instead of the Commanders. That's so EA. They can't even get a logo right.
Oh, you're shit. The
Fucking
game
hilarious.
I was playing the game I was sending you snap videos of the amount of glitches you just run into for no particular reason.
No.
Actually, what's that? This is one thing we got to, because this is actually I posted an angry review after having a terrible online game.
With
and
me.
I put a 1-star review or the lowest review I could put on. But it's just really disappointing that we've allowed EA to, well, not even allowed. We support them every year, but they just own the whole rights to the NFL, and it's terrible. All it has is
I can't even complain. I bought the game twice this year. I can't say shit.
But all it has done is inbred just this super mediocre that should be good, because I just enjoy parts of it so much. Like football, obviously I love, and then I love franchise mode. I think that's so much fun to manage a football team.
I'm surprised you don't do the online franchise.
Nah, I just
It's so competitive though.
Yeah, to be honest, I much rather kind of doing my own storylines and keeping the stats and always that stuff.
Because with the online thing, I did a season once. I made it to the playoffs, but I lost in a wild card. I was playing against real people the whole fucking time.
I maybe should try it. But
me and you we could probably play against each other in it.
Mm-hmm. But just something that has ruined
a lot of people play
the fun of it. Yeah, and I got college because I was like, at least they're doing something. And college was fine. It was cool. It was more for me. It was just Madden with kind of just college players, and I guess and then the stadiums. It was basically like a map pack, and
I find college slower than Madden. Like the throwing, it feels like I'm in slow motion sometimes. Yeah, in college.
Yeah, it's definitely. Really I found out a lot more online too. Online, it was definitely really spotty, and also it was super annoying with could turn off crowd if you didn't want.
That's still a glitch.
It should be an optional thing. But it just seemed like there's absolutely no creative juice. You talked about how they don't even have an engine. They can't max out the engine. It's like, if you can't do anything better, let a new company take over, make something fun.
I would love, fuck 2K, fuck EA. I want SDS to make a football game. That's the MLB guys. That game's fucking beautiful. MLB does it so good, I find.
No, they're one of the few game franchises, sports.
San Diego Studios is what they're called.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
really
they actually try to make a better game every year.
You played Road to the Shows before, how detailed they are.
Yeah.
Even that too is just blows me away.
Yeah.
Such a good game. What we got here? So, how do you think the Cowboys fix this? What do you think they do?
Well, the thing that you want, I think the biggest one would definitely be to get rid of McCarthy. He's done nothing to provide We've had a roster of Super Bowl teams, and he's done nothing to show that. But I guess they canceled him talking to the Bears. So it seems like he's staying for the far future, and I don't know why he's not producing results. I think his game of football has got past him, and I think we need to look.
It's just such an old school playbook.
Old school, and it's just not keeping up with the game. There's too many. He has a team that breeds too many penalties. I just wish we could get rid of Jerry. I've heard. I didn't really check the reliability on this. Apparently, Elon Musk is apparently talking about buying the team. I don't think that would ever happen. But if that ever did happen, I would actively not cheer for the team if it was owned by Elon Musk.
Really?
I
could see him knowing ball and actually getting something going.
He doesn't know.
I could see
He's
Elon
a pure
knowing
charlatan.
ball.
He would do anything. I would actively not cheer for. I would actively change.
Trump knows ball. Swear to God, watch he talk. I forget what interview it was. They talked about football for half an hour. He do so much things, so much stats, so much history. Crazy. Do you know who Sierra is? The American song singer.
No.
Oh, I just found out that she's married to Russell Wilson.
Oh, is she like an R&B singer?
Probably. He seems like he would date one of those people. He's very corny.
But yeah, I would love to see some improvements on our team. I think it have been actually some good stuff. Like obviously, Lamb had a great season.
You also got to think like Lamb was battling a
Rodell.
shoulder injury all
Yeah.
year. Dak, your quarterback. I know you're not a big fan of him right now, but he was down. Like Parsons, I don't think he played the full season.
And I think we also need to draft.
Zeke's out.
We need a solid receiver.
Zeke is out.
Yeah, I'm glad it. Fuck him.
Yeah, that was a fucking waste of time.
It was a joke, but now he's playing for Chargers. But yeah, I think also too to actually have like a good wide receiver too. I think they're really struggling with that. Maybe though with number 9 Toffel. I'm getting his name mixed up, but he's been showing a lot of promise. He's really fast for his size and everything, but. I think for me, I want to see a good team next year. I'm hoping to see Dak staying healthy. I would honestly, if they could try to trade Dak, I doubt that ever happened with the.
No one would take that contract.
That's the thing. It's always like we love Dak, but none of you guys have to be stuck with him, or because we're with him for the long haul, and I don't know. I don't really see it getting much better, but you never know. He could completely show me wrong, and I'll be very happy if he does. But
oh, for sure.
I'll be steering clear of my ways. And for you, sir, if the thing that you don't want to happen happens Saturday, what's gonna be your outcome of this season?
Pickens will be walking. I know that he'll be gone. I don't really want them to re-sign Wilson because he wants $30 million. That's fucking crazy.
$30 million?
Take us to the AFC Championship, then we'll talk about $30 million. Okay. Re-sign Fields. He's only there for a year. I think he would want to be there, Fields. So you roll with Fields. Pickens is gone. You maybe try to go for Tyreek Hill. The Steelers always need a wide receiver. Obviously, probably not going to happen. There's another big wide receiver name that's going to be kind of out there. Oh, Cortland Sutton. They're kind of thinking of getting him next season because he was really good with Wilson. So they're kind of thinking about getting him to reunite with Wilson. They're also kind of rumored to get DK Metcalf as well to get back with Wilson. Could see that happening. Defense, keep the same. I say re-sign Patrick Queen. Keep whoever what you have. Keep re-sign Jory Porter Jr. He's terrible with flags, but he's been a really good DB this year. Cam Hayward is most likely retiring this year. You could see Tomlin get traded at this offseason too for a first-round pick.
Tomlin?
Yep. You can trade coaches. You can see teams. I could see a team giving up a first-round pick for.
Do that?
Yeah, they. Who did they? They kind of had to do that a little bit for Harbaugh, from not college, but it was a really weird situation. They had to do something like that, but yeah, you can actually legit trade a coach. You only get really draft picks for them. You don't get a player. But yeah, Tomlin would probably be a first round. I think the Rooney family is petrified. Fuck that.
How bad would you be?
I'd be pissed. Watch you guys win a bowl too.
He could put up with Jerry. He knows that Jerry's a joke.
Oh my god, him and Jerry. I think he would just punch him in the face. So, off season, yeah, like I said, Cam Hayward's probably gonna retire. Could see like Najee Harris. This is his contract year as well. I don't like. People hate him. I love Najee. He's been having this is his second 1,000-yard season. People don't know that. I don't know how people don't know that, but like keep him. I would love, but I also could see him asking for too much or just not wanting to stay. But yeah, there's at least going to be a couple more years of mediocre. It's just we're probably going to make playoffs next year. Just squeeze in. Just it's going to be the same thing. The way I see it, I would rather tank for 5 years than be really good than be mediocre for 15 years. Getting in the playoffs, losing in the first round. I'd rather suffer for 5 and then get a juggernaut team. Than
But
actually beat
I've had a hard time believing that it's the winning formula to have that those years in a row, because like how long I don't know, like a good example. I find more in hockey. I see it more. Well, like the
If you go
Giants
Montreal,
right now.
Montreal's front office is terrible.
But
They
it
made
just
so much
like
mistakes.
this. It came out of Philly, right? Wasn't in Philadelphia kind of the team that the basketball like Philly 76ers.
76ers.
But to me, I still don't really see it as I think you should always try to remain as competitive as you can, and always try to develop your future.
Well, I
don't
find
think you have
baseball
to, like,
it does
suffer.
not work for baseball at all.
Was that?
Like that like whole rebuilding, rebranding, everything. That shit does not work in baseball at all. I find
No.
teams who win the World Series, other than this year, has always been teams that just get hot at the right time, at like the right moment. Like
No.
yes, the Dodgers won it, but like that's excluding this year.
No.
Like look at Arizona Diamondbacks were in the World Series a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like no one predicted that. You just gotta get hot at the right moment. Like
Yeah.
the Texas Rangers won it last year, and they didn't even make playoffs this year. It's just it does not work.
No, I agree. It's going to be. So I think I don't know. I think for me, I would just want a team that remains competitive, continues to show that they want to strive to win, create a good culture too. Because that's really like you look at what the Patriots were able to do, right? Where you get a good QB and then you build the team around a QB for his career, and
You also got to get a QB like that restructure contracts.
Yeah, but
like Mahomes restructures his contracts. Like
Yeah.
they all do it, but guess who doesn't? And guess who is shit and will always be shit? Lamar Jackson.
well, we'll see that Saturday.
Yes, we
And
will. That's gonna be fucking exciting.
And I thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Any final remarks you want to say before?
We'll say this. Shout out to the football fridge. As you can see, look at all the teams there.
Okay.
Got the playoff shit ready to go. So we're locked in.
Mm-hmm.
We are locked in.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. I've recently started a movie review podcast. So if you're into movies or films, it's my other passion in life. I did start that, so I'll be linked in the description. Thank you guys so much for listening. Catch you later.
Good videos. See ya.